to be shorter and perhaps more personal than previous Prime Minister speeches at equivalent conferences?
Yes, there's a lot riding on this speech today. Obviously, this has not been the conference that has gone particularly according to plan. Of course, off the back of Sunday evening, there was a massive U-turn from this Prime Minister, a Prime Minister who said when she got into the role that she was willing to be unpopular, but of course faced the tricky reality of parliamentary arithmetic. This speech today at about 10:30 will be the opportunity of the Prime Minister to get back on track, to get this party back on her side, to demonstrate that she is in this for the long haul, to say that she is sticking with the things that she says she will do, because ultimately there is a question here over the authority of the Prime Minister. There is a worry amongst the allies of the Prime Minister that she may well have lost some authority. Now is the opportunity for her to prove them wrong. Now is the opportunity for the Prime Minister to assert her authority and indeed to try and carry forward a positive message, a message of unifying hope for the party. But there are several challenges here, of course. We know that there are several people who perhaps are not the best pleased with this Prime Minister. We know that there are several people who used to be in Cabinet who are now sitting on the back benches, not perhaps twiddling their thumbs, but thinking of ways to cause mischief. We know that this is a majority of 70 MPs that feels in some ways like a hung parliament for this Prime Minister, simply because of the arithmetic of the numbers of people who feel more independent now than they have felt before. But we also know that this is going to be a peculiar conference speech simply due to arithmetic. I'm not talking about parliamentary arithmetic here. I'm now talking about the numbers of people potentially in the hall. I was spending time in Liverpool last week for the Labour Party conference, and I have to say there were 2 queues to hear Sir Keir Starmer, 1 queue and then a queue for the queue. It was a very busy and indeed well-packed speech. It might be slightly different here at the Conservative Party conference, not because the party faithful here don't necessarily want to listen to their Prime Minister, to their party leader, to Liz Truss, but because of a man called Mick Lynch. Indeed, there is a rail strike on today. A number of Conservative members of Parliament, quite a great deal of Conservative activists, and indeed a lot of logistics people as well, to the tune of not enabling the number of events that we would normally expect on the last night of Conservative Party conference to go ahead. There were several that were cancelled last night, and indeed it may well be a little bit more sparse of a Conservative Party leader speech. Liz Truss may well be speaking to not quite the full rafters that we would ordinarily expect.